everyone. Thank you so much to United by Pop for having me. My name is Kristy Boyce, and I am the author of the YA romance, Hot British Boyfriend. So Hot British Boyfriend is about Ellie. Ellie is publicly rejected by her crush right before senior year starts, and it goes viral, and so she is desperate to get away from America and from everybody who has seen the viral videos, and so she joins a study abroad trip to England. And her hope is that if she can go to England, then she's going to be able to rebuild her self-confidence, and there's nothing better to rebuild self-confidence, at least in the eyes of an American girl, than to date a British boy. So she's hoping to find her hot British boyfriend that is going to help her self-confidence. So today I'm going to read a little bit of that. I'm going to start in chapter 2. So at this point the rejection has already happened, but she's also been able to join the trip. So we're going to start right when she is about to leave, the night before she's about to leave, and then read a little bit of chapter 3 as well, when she arrives at the manor and the people that she meets at the very beginning. All that's left is to spend my last night in America with Mom, drinking Earl Grey tea, eating too much of her Great British Bake Off galette, and watching Emma, the 2009 miniseries, which is still the adaptation of her heart. Maybe we should have done a hamburger night, I say as I sip my second cup of tea, or something a bit more American. You've got the rest of your life to eat burgers and barbecue. Now is the time to celebrate all things British. Which reminds me, you are going to Buckingham Palace, aren't you? You never know when the Queen might poke her head out. I roll my eyes and chuckle. Yes, I added it to the list, but first priority in London is Big Ben, obviously. And what I really want is to see the countryside and the manor houses. I hope it feels like I'm being transported into one of these movies. I nod at the screen, which makes Mom look as well. Oh, this part always makes me cry, she exclaims as Mr. Knightley confesses his feelings to Emma. There's nothing better than the look on someone's face when they realize you love them as much as they love you. She puts her hand on her heart and sighs. Are you sure I can't go to high school in England for a few months? I think I've aged pretty well, and I've been doing lots of yoga. Mom, I stand and walk into the kitchen. Can't an old lady be jealous? Oh, these men and their accents. I'd do a lot of stuff if a man asked me with that voice. Mom! I cover my face in my hands. Is there vodka in your teacup or something? She giggles, and I focus on adding another few sugar cubes to my tea. She's not completely wrong. It would be hard to resist a British accent. I take a sip and imagine the British boys I might meet on the trip. The thought is intriguing. I've been too caught up with Crystal, Andy, and anyone at Waterford Valley High posting memes about me to think about boys. But what if I could find a British boyfriend while I'm studying abroad? Someone way better than Andy. The possibilities spin out in front of me. Dates to romantic castles, walking through the streets of London hand in hand, kissing someone who calls me love. It could be the thing that redeemed me after this horrific party. It could be what makes this semester truly epic. Forget Andy. I want a hot British boyfriend. Chapter 3. After a 7-hour flight next to a very loud snorer and a horrendous immigration line at Heathrow, I finally made it to my new home away from home, or at least to the driveway. Far in the distance stands Emberton Manor, looking like something plucked out of a Regency novel and dropped into the real world. I can make out spindles and arches and flying buttresses and way more chimneys than any castle needs. An uncontrollable smile spreads across my face. Mom and I studied photos of this place online, but it's more glorious than any picture could find. And somehow, I get to live here for the next 4 months. I can't sit still. My legs twitch, my toes tap, and I squeeze my hands into balls. I'm actually here, living in a different country. This is happening. We're almost there, miss, the driver the school says in his exquisite British accent. I leap out of the car as soon as we park in the circular driveway. I follow him through the massive wooden doors and spin in a slow circle, trying to get my bearings. The ceiling high above is painted blue, with tiny cherubs lounging on clouds. I'm surrounded by dark wood walls and tapestries of elegantly dressed women sitting next to small white unicorns. Unicorns! It's like a sign from heaven that I'm about to live my best life here. None of it feels real. Maybe I stepped onto a movie set, or back into a different time? But when I pull my attention from the surroundings, the driver is still there, waiting patiently. It's unfortunate you weren't able to arrive with the rest of your school group earlier today. The staff arranged a welcome breakfast and helped everyone get settled. It was rather grand. A knot of nerves lodges under my ribs at the reminder that the other students have already arrived. I wish I could have flown over with them, but I was lucky to get a ticket at all. By now, they're probably bonding over their class schedules and finding all the secret passages in the manor. I'm twitchy to go upstairs and meet my roommate in particular. I squeeze my eyes shut. Please don't let her be another Crystal. I need someone I can trust. Someone as ready for this new adventure as I am, so we can dive into this adventure together. The driver walks around the massive foyer, as if looking for someone. Usually Henry is on duty to see to students, but he must be on break. Not sure how long he'll be gone, but if you need help with your bags, we could wait. He scratches the back of his neck. Oh, don't worry about it. He's clearly restless to leave, and I don't want to wait around either. I should be able to handle it, if you can just tell me where to go? Yes, miss. He hands me a key from a gilded table. Your room is 426. And remember that Mr. Odell will be welcoming all of the students to the Lawn Gallery in about an hour. He tips his hat. Good luck. He steps out of the door, and I'm alone. That irresistible smile from the car spreads across my face again. I look behind me to make sure that no one's watching, drop my bags, and break out into the dance like I'm one of the kids in the Charlie Brown Christmas special. I'm here. I'm finally here. When I'm out of breath from dancing, I inspect my room key. It's as long as my hand and as heavy as a hardbound book. Room 426. Wait, does that mean I'm staying on the 4th floor? One look at the staircase tells me that I should not have done those high kicks just now. I search around for the elevator, but it turns out to be as small as a broom closet and actually sways when I step inside. No thank you. Next, I try pulling all 3 bags up the stairs at once to speed up the process. But they might as well be boulders. Soon my legs are shaking and I'm sweating and I haven't even reached the 2nd floor yet. Excuse me. I turn to find a guy on the step below me, disorientingly close and clearly annoyed. I've seen him a few times around the halls of Waterford Valley High. Light brown skin, thick brows, dark hair and eyes. Dev, I think? We weren't in any classes together last year. Ellie, he says, his irritated tone fading when he sees my face. I didn't know you were on this trip. I try to hide my surprise that he knows me. Oh, please, let him know me from something other than the video, or the memes, or the GIFs. I'm the last-minute addition, I mumble. You're replacing Crystal? He gives a half laugh. Huh, I was wondering who it would be. I cringe at her name, grab the handles of 2 of my bags, and start pulling. I'm abandoning the 3rd one until I have caffeine and a hell of a lot more sleep. Jesus, what do you have in here? Dev makes a big show of heaving the 3rd bag up one stair, like it's filled with concrete instead of sweaters. You know they give us the textbooks, right? I roll my eyes. Don't feel obliged to help. And leave you to block the entire staircase? I didn't bring that much stuff. We are living here for 4 months, you know. That doesn't mean you needed to pack the entire mall. He jerks the bag up more steps, and I flinch as the wheels bang on the wooden stairs. Good luck fitting this into your dresser upstairs. I shoot him a glare. I can tell he's amused by this whole luggage ordeal, but I'm too exhausted to see any humor. For what it's worth, he continues, I think you got the better end of the deal on this one. Only an idiot would give up a semester abroad just to make out with her boyfriend. The memory of the party hits me again. Crystal's beaming smile as she stared at Andy, his hands pushing me away, everyone's laughter filling my ears so loudly that my eardrums might pop. I freeze on the top step and Dev slams into my back. Oof. He knocks me off balance, and I fall forward onto the second floor landing. He collapses in a heap beside me. We both sit up just as one of my bags tips over and tumbles down the stairs, the racket shattering the quiet space. The bag pops open, and half of my stuff falls out, including Pinky, the unicorn pillow pet I've slept with since I was in elementary school. My cheeks flame at Dev's muffled chuckles, and I race down the stairs. Shut up! I didn't say anything. Your laughter is worse. I glare over my shoulder. So I should say something? I shove everything back into the bag and whip around. Unless the words are, "Can I help you carry that?" I think silence would be preferable. He nods and grins so wide that he looks like the Franking Grouch. I jerk the bag up another stair. Thanks so much for having me. Have a great day.